Hello, Oracle friends. It's Linda with Cuppa and Cards. Grab your Cuppa, grab your cards, and let's dive in. Today we're going to do an Oracle pull, and I decided to use this deck called the Witch's Shadow Work Oracle, 40 cards for wandering through the forest of your subconscious. It is by Clare, Gogerty, illustrated by Tijana, Lukovic. You might notice that this art looks very familiar. This is because Tijana is the illustrator for the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot and several of the Oracle decks, I believe including Astera, Litha, and Lammas. And I had this box in my Oracle bin. I have several boxes for that. And I was like, I didn't realize I had this. I haven't even used it. So we're going to do that today. It comes in a 2-part box. It's a nice, sturdy, heavy box. There's nothing on the inside of the cover. Here's the guidebook. It's a nice little guidebook. It's not overly big. The cards are almost the same size as tarot cards. You can see in my hand. Normally an Oracle card, I have pretty big hands, will fit, from fingertip to bottom of my palm. But this is a almost normal Oracle size, tarot size card. In the guidebook, it says, it gives you the introduction, and there's 4 parts in here. The natural world, the dream world, the imagined world, and the invisible world. So we will go through this and we'll pull a card. And don't forget, look down in the description below. I have a link to 4 different Facebook groups that I post the cards on. And we ask that you share your card that corresponds with the card that we're going to pull today. And the groups that we're on are worldwide. There's people from England, Australia, United States, Mauritius, off of the coast of Africa. I mean, it's just really amazing how far and wide the group is. We have beginners. We have seasoned people who've been reading for years. So please join one of the groups or all of the groups. And yeah, I think you'll like it. So here on the 4 suits, it says this deck is divided into 4 suits, each with a different theme. The natural world is animals, nature, the moon, and stars. All have much to teach us. These cards will release your wild and unruly side in a good way. The dream world is what lies in the subconscious, often comes to light in dreams. What you dream can give you clues and symbols that will help you understand your shadow side. The imagined world, fairy tales, myths, legends, and folklore are populated by archetypes and life lessons which resonate with shadow work. I'm having a problem with my words today. The invisible world, hurtful experiences in childhood can linger unseen in the subconscious, but manifest in behaviors and emotions in adult life. These cards help to process them. And it talks about keeping a shadow journal. And then we'll go into the cards. So at the end of this, I'll pull a card. We will read the guidebook. And we'll go from there. Okay, so here's the hair. And you can see the artwork is very similar to the Seasons of the Witch, since she's the same artist. Here's the raven, the cave, the snake. I love how her hair is also snaking upwards. The friend, the moon, like she's the high priestess in the center. The selkie, the stars, the moon, the bat, the flower girl, the judge, and it almost looks like her long braid on her hair is almost a tail. All the wolves around her head. And notice how we've transposed now from the tulips on the card to the butterflies, showing that we've changed the group of cards we're in. The well. Look, it has an eye, almost like it's a mouth coming up around her. The warrior. The lightning bolt. Very interesting. She's got the veil on, like she's in a dream state. The forest. Oh, the shadows. That's so interesting. The ice queen. The bereaved. The mask. It looks like she's wearing a wolf's head. The hero. The crone. And here we've changed now again. Now we have with the rabbits. The dancer. The trickster. The helper. The pilgrim. The hunter. The survivor. And I love how she did the wolf's head again, but it looks like this could be a bridge. The sleeper. The woodcutter. The lover. But look how her hair turns into this creature going behind his back. The leader. And here we've changed again. The parent. The sibling. The bad child. The comforter. The misunderstood. The mediator. The mother. The inner child. The creative. And the last one is the authentic self. Now, I don't like to riffle shuffle my cards. I actually, when I normally get a deck, which like I said, this was very interesting that I didn't do anything with this deck. I don't like to bend my cards, so I just put them down in different orders. And I'm going to try to do this quickly so that we can then shuffle, hand shuffle, overhand shuffle. And yeah, I don't like to, I just have this thing with bending my cards because different card stocks do different things, and I just don't want to, I just definitely don't want to hurt my cards. All right, so we'll ask Spirit what they want to show us today, and we'll read that from the guidebook. Spirit, what is it that you want to show us today? Oh, that's the one. It is the hero. I'll zoom in on the card while I read the guidebook, so you can look at the card in more detail. There we go. Okay. And the hero is from the dream world. 91. And here I'll read the entire reading. In the dream world, the hero asks, Who were your heroes growing up? What did you admire about them? Those are great journal prompts. Again, it's who were your heroes growing up and what did you admire about them? The interpretation: dig into any country's folk stories and sooner or later you will come across a dragon slayer. This hero bravely steps up from the ranks of everyday mortals to take on the monstrous fight of the fire-breathing beast. In Norse legend, Sigurd kills a dwarf who has been turned into a dragon, then drinks its blood, which gives him special powers. There are echoes of this storyline in modern superhero graphic novels and films. In the Christian tale of St. George and the Dragon, a soldier defeats a dragon who has been terrorizing a village and rescues a princess who has to be his next victim. In all cases, the dragon slayer exhibits strength, courage in the face of unmatched odds, and the restoration of order. The hero is a key archetype in Jungian psychology. Heroism, as Jung pointed out, is activated when we are faced with a challenge or a crisis that demands we act. To do this requires inner strength and courage, which can be hard to find and easy to dodge. However, by facing and overcoming challenges, we confront our shadows and grow in confidence and self-awareness. You say, like the dragon slayer, I act courageously even when I don't feel brave. I think that is a really wonderful thing to constantly repeat to yourself at least 3 times when you're looking at the card. Like the dragon slayer, I act courageously even when I don't feel brave. It goes on saying, dreaming of being heroic may indicate a desire to realize your full potential or to be more in control of your waking life. Monitoring your heroic acts. Sometimes it's difficult to be brave. Most of us will experience regret at some point for having hesitated or failed to act when we should have done. Notice those moments when cowardice prevents you from taking action that would be beneficial to you or others. Ask yourself what caused you to be afraid and stopped you. Where did that feeling come from? Now recognize those times when you were brave. This could be when doing something outside your comfort zone. Speaking publicly is a good example, or confronting someone you disagree with. Alternatively, it could be a response to a situation, such as rising to someone's defense or helping a person in difficulty. Consider how you have behaved at those times and what your emotional response was. How did it differ from the times when you were frozen by fear? Write what you discover, including any triggers that made you react emotionally, in your shadow journal. So I will post this card today for the on our Facebook groups, and ask that you share your card, any oracle card that you have regarding a hero. And you can comment on this card, or other people can comment on your card, and we can see different opinions and different thoughts, what people think about what they think a hero is. So thank you for stopping by, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And tomorrow when you come back, I will be posting a card. It is going to be tarot, and we're going to be doing the 9 of Wands. I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, and I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.